All right, y'all, here we go. Y'all look close here. Look here in the water. What do we have? Look there. Oh, get a little of that dirt off there. You say, Troy, what is it? And I say what it is. In lots of circles, people say, oh, that's the stuff I fish around. It's grass. I need to tell y'all a secret. It's top secret. Make sure nobody's listening or looking. Y'all may want to turn your volume down. It's not grass. It's not grass. Don't call it grass. It's not. It's not even in the same class as grass. Look, let's run up here for just a second. All right, if we're gonna call this grass, might as well call this cedar tree grass. It's not grass. Don't call it grass. This is an aquatic plant, commonly known as coontail or hornwort, which is the problem with common names. It's one of the reasons we don't use common names. We want to use the one name that it's truly known by, its scientific name, Ceratophyllum demersum. Listen to that. Ceratophyllum demersum. Beautiful. Say it. Ceratophyllum demersum. Sounds good, right? Beautiful. The only one that's a little better than that is the one I called the Scooby-Doo name. Lizard's tail is known as Saururus cernuus. Yeah, Saururus cernuus. See, it sounds like something Scooby-Doo would say. Now, the reason it's called coontail, let's look in the water again. Oh, let's forget how soft that is. If you look close in the water column, it looks how the leaves taper. It looks like a raccoon's tail. That's why it's called coontail. It's a native plant, native to the United States. Been here forever, been found here forever. But I'll tell you where it's not native to. Impoundments. It's not native to these private impoundments. This does not grow where what this used to be. This used to be a hardwood bottom. This doesn't grow in hardwood bottoms. So when we take it from where it likes to grow, which is quiescent waters, ponds, lakes, when we take it from the slow-moving waters it likes slow-moving creeks and rivers, when we take it out of that environment and put it in this very nutrient-rich environment, it takes over. It becomes a problem. That's why we don't put it in here. And the reason we want to name that grass, the reason we want the scientific name, is so that we can have a proper, open, honest discussion about the benefits and the negative impacts of this vegetation. Now, a couple of things about the plant. It is a free-floating submerged plant. It does not have a root structure. It can develop a holdfast and anchor itself to the bottom, but it just holds it there. It doesn't do anything for the plant. Physiologically, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't take up nutrients. It doesn't do anything for the plant. This plant gathers all of its nutrients from the water column, sucks them in from the water column. Now, if you like duck hunting, this plant's great. Ducks love it. They eat the seeds. They love it. They absolutely love it. If you like bass fishing, not so much. Once it goes into this lake, which is about a 30-acre lake, reservoir, once it's in here, it will go from maybe an acre to, say, 20, 25 acres, 80% coverage in just a couple of years. You can't fish it anymore. You can't even navigate it. The forage fish have too many places to hide. They don't grow well. The bass can't properly forage. They can't find the food they need to eat because there's too much of this. And so what you wind up with is a bass fishery that's poor, stunted. The bass are unhealthy. You can't catch them anyway, and when you do catch one, they're skinny. It's just not a good scenario. Now, aquatic vegetation can be good. It's great to have if you can maintain it. But we can't maintain it in this environment. It's too expensive. So when you start to treat it, you just got to get rid of all of it. And think about it. We have all of this structure in here. We have a lot of structure that we can fish around. The fish are happy here. They don't need this in here. We don't want this in here. A couple other things about the plant. It's very abrasive. One of the telltale signs that it is Ceratophyllum demersum, if I can do this with one hand, if you look at the individual leaves, each one of them at the end of it dichotomously forks. It forks at the end. Each leaf has a fork at the end. Now, coontail sometimes is mistaken for Eurasian water milfoil, which is Myriophyllum spicatum. It's mistaken for hydrilla, which is Hydrilla verticillata, sometimes with spiny naiad, which is Gnaeus minor. It can be mistaken for several things, but if you look for those characteristics, especially that branch at the end, you'll be able to identify it. So the reason this is important for all of my aquatic plant management friends is when you're approached and they're like, somebody says, why are you spraying? Why are you controlling that grass? Stop the conversation. Reframe the conversation. Make them identify which aquatic plant they're talking about. That is the only way we can have a truthful conversation about the benefits and the negative impacts of the plant and the importance of what we do. What does this plant do for this water body other than provide a temporary area for bass to hang out around and for bass to utilize? Once it gets to the 80% coverage mark, sometimes 100% coverage, we see it time and time again, the fishery always declines. We don't have to have it. So let's make sure when we're talking about these water bodies, when we're talking about aquatic plants, and there'll be many more aquatic plant What It Is Wednesdays coming. When we talk about them, let's make sure we name the species. Let's name the genus and species. Without doing that, we can't have the proper conversation.